Welcome to the Registry Insider. I'm Bill Seifarth, CEO of the National Registry of EMTs and host for today's podcast. Today I'm joined by Jay Scott from the Commission for Accreditation of Pre-Hospital Continuing Education, also known as CAPCE. And Jay, thanks for joining me today to talk a little bit about what is CAPCE and what are the happenings and going-ons right now with your organization.
Well, Bill, thanks for having me. I think first and foremost, CAPCE exists so that EMS practitioners, EMS clinicians have access to high-quality, standard-driven, innovative continuing education programs that are supported by evidence-based guidelines, active bibliographies that come from peer-reviewed journals. And it's the most relevant, most current, most recent education that we can possibly provide.
So it's CAPCE helps to ensure that it's relevant and meaningful and current con ed that our EMS clinicians are getting. And obviously, as EMS is very dynamic and ever changing, the importance of that can't be overstated enough.
Exactly right. And EMS is the most dynamic and changing profession in the world currently, and always has been. So in order to keep EMS clinicians current in their practice, the continuing education program needs to be current as well. And it shouldn't just be a rehash of things I took in my original program.
So the old days of refresher course is not the ideal state, is that what you're saying?
It's not the ideal state, no. We want innovative, current, relevant, new, something that I'm interested in, not something I've already taken 20 times.
So as you know, Jay, obviously, but our listeners and viewers may not, the National Registry for Continuing Education and Recertification, the courses or the education that EMS clinicians take to recertify have to either A, be approved by their state, or B, they have to be approved by CAPCE. So can you explain, for those that may not know, what's involved in the approval process, whether it be the program and or the courses themselves? How does someone go about getting that content approved?
There are two different pathways. The first is to apply for course-by-course accreditation. And a course accreditation really looks at the infrastructure of an individual course, the objectives, the bibliography, the content, the schedule, and the medical director and so on. Organizational accreditation is a dive into the educational infrastructure of an entire organization. And we look at their education committee, the medical director involvement, the medical director job description, how are courses developed, how are they delivered? Are they delivered in a process that is relevant and accessible to EMS clinicians, and so on? And there's a chance to view the content, evaluate it, get credit for the time you spend training. So it really is a dive into the entire process. And that application for organizational accreditation isn't just about the individual course, it's about the educational infrastructure of the entire organization.
Okay, good. Where can people go to find out more about how to get the individual course approved and accredited and or the program accreditation? Where can they find that out?
The most important thing on our website, go to the resources box and look for the CAPCE Accreditation Manual. The CAPCE Accreditation Manual explains the standards that are required to achieve accreditation. And then the application for accreditation mirrors the accreditation manual section by section. So if you're familiar with the sections of the accreditation manual, you'll be familiar with the sections of the application process.
And your web address again is capce.org?
CAPCE.org.
CAPCE.org.
Correct.
What are some initiatives that CAPCE is working on right now or has recently worked on to continue to improve the services you offer and some exciting happenings on your end?
Well, as you know, we have a data sharing agreement, so individuals that take CAPCE accredited courses can log into their own profile on the National Registry website and hit that import CAPCE records button that move over to the National Registry. One of the most important initiatives we have right now is to be sure those records are coming into the CAPCE database. We keep a database in every course completion record. That database currently is at 24.9 million records.
Wow.
But the days of submitting records by hand or by an XML file format or from a spreadsheet, we're working pretty hard to get those days to go away, and we're pushing really hard for accredited providers to report course completions in real time. And there's a couple different ways to do that. One is a computerized program that allows our server and their server to talk, and it just shares records in real time. The other is by use of an app that we just developed, and the app is working really, really well.
So tell us a little bit more about the app, because I've heard a lot about it. We're, by the way, from filming at the NEMC, National Association of EMS Educators Conference, and I've heard a couple of people talking about it. So give us some highlights about that.
So the app is pretty interesting. Within the app, when you register, all of your license information is in the app. So an individual will take a course, and at the end of the course, the instructor provides a QR code. They use the mobile app to scan the QR code. That QR code contains all the relevant data about the course. We generate the code from, within CAPCE, we send it to the accredited provider. But the course number, the date, the time, number of hours, advanced versus basic, all that data is in there. So when the user takes the mobile device and they scan that QR code, the mobile device marries the data between the course and the license information and sends it to our database in real time. So we've timed that process from the time they scan until it hits the database is 0.7 of a second.
Wow. Well, where can people go to find out more about the app? I assume it's on your website.
Right on our website, right on our website, or they can call us. They can send me an email. I'd be more than happy to share information about
So
that.
can you share your email and phone number?
Sure. My email, the letter J, the word Scott, so JSCOTT @capce.org. And my phone number, 972-247-4442.
Awesome. Well, Jay, I want to thank you for taking time to overview, what is CAPCE, what the role of CAPCE is, and then finally some great happenings, especially with that app. It sounds really cool. So the National Registry appreciates the partnership we have with you and what you do for the broader EMS system, and we look forward to continuing that partnership in the future.
Great, Bill. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe. Thank you for joining us for this episode. If you wouldn't mind, please click the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notifications so you can get notifications about upcoming episodes. Also, for the latest and greatest happenings of the National Registry, feel free to go to nrmt.org. Thank you very much, and again, stay safe.